Welcome to Tammy's Tiny Tots Tammy's Tiny Tots Reborns, and it is Tammy Talks Tuesday, and we are live. Yes, we are. Just getting my video up, and let's see here. There we go. So I can read comments. No one's here yet, but there we go. I think we're good. Yeah. All right. I think we're good. Alrighty. Now we just have to wait for people to get here. Excuse me. All right. Hi, Jenny's World. Hi, Amanda Burns. Welcome to Tammy Talks Tuesday. Hey, yay. So, I hope everyone had a wonderful week since last Tuesday. Mine's been busy. This is my first time getting to Reborn in a while because last week was total chaos in our house. We ended up with our granddaughter staying most of all last week. So yeah. And when she's around, Grandma gets nothing done because I am busy with her all the time. She's a busy girl. Let's just say that. She's always busy, busy, busy. And it was, when she was here, it was hot. So we were outside a lot. Yes, we were outside a lot. Having fun in the sun. That's what we were doing. So I'm just going to work on some creasing. And we can chat. Yeah. So I'm just creasing this leg for Twin A. So these two kits are all done the creasing and they've had their bake. The Twin A, I have baked the arms and the belly, and I have creased the head. As you can see, the head. Let's see if I can get it in where you can see it better. There we go. The head is all, the creases are done in the ears and around the bottom of the neck. Yeah, so all the creases are done on the head. And I just need to crease the two legs and then get them in to bake. And then when they're done baking, then I can start the next thing. I like to, when I'm working on 3 kits at the same time, and I like to work on 3 kits at the same time, I find that I'll do the creasing on this one, creasing on this one, and the creasing on the last one. And then once they're all creased, then I'll do the next, step kind of thing. That way I'm keeping all the kits kind of at the same stage, because if I do one stage before on another, I'll forget where I left off, and I might forget a step or something. So Amanda says, I've always wanted to see how to crease. Oh no! Collector, not an artist. Yeah, I started out as a collector. That's how I started out when I first began, was as a collector. So I buy this pre-mixed paint, and it's called Creases Mix by McPherson's, which I need to get another one. Yeah, it's if I'm not mistaken, there's some colors that you can buy that Shelly Marie mixes up and makes. So hi Leslie. And so when Shelly makes up these colors, they're just, like a specific color. So I need to get some more Creases Mix and work on. So I don't do every single little teeny tiny crease on these kits. I'll show you here. With this one, for instance, as you can see, I did quite a few of the creases on the bottom of that foot. And then I do on the top. So I try and do some of the kits, though I don't do every single little crease. Like this foot here, These ones don't have quite as much detail, but see, I did the main ones. And when I do my blushing on the foot and stuff, those will fade down a bit. But I do the main ones, but not all of them. Like with this kit, for instance, it's got a lot of, let's see if it'll focus. Come on. No, it's not going to focus. It has a lot of very fine little lines on the bottom of the feet, and I'll probably only do like the main ones. I won't do all of them. I'll just do the main creases. So I just take a little tiny bit of paint, put it on my brush, and then I just go on the crease. If you can see what I'm doing, it's hard to. And sometimes if you find, like if I find that it's a little too dark in a spot, I'll take this blending brush, just a makeup brush, and I'll just tap out the spots that where I want it a little lighter. So yeah, that is how you crease. It's pretty, it's tedious. Yeah, it's tedious. Jenny's World. Okay, so wait, we'll go back here. Diana. Hi, Diana. Love watching you work. Thank you. Amanda Burns says, looks good. I love baby feet. Me too. The feet are so adorable. This is the Twin A kit. It's got a lot of expression with the feet. Really awesome. Jenny's World says, I bought a blank kit, but not the paints yet. That's awesome, Jenny. Have you decided what kind of paints you're going to use, whether you're going to do heat set or whether you're going to do air dry? And Leslie Halo says, my pebbles will have some interesting creases. Yeah, I can't wait to see that kit once we order it. I'm going to be making a pebbles kit for Leslie. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I have not done that kit yet. This will be my first time doing the pebbles kit. So Amanda Burns, would love to get a kit and try to create my own reborn, even if it's just for myself. You know what? That's how I started out, Amanda. Honestly, that's how I started out. Was my plan was to basically make them for myself. And then I sold, let's see, first one I made was a little tiny preemie, and he turned out really cute, except for his painted hair. He didn't have the best.
Hello?
Oh, Caroline, you can't comment. You know what? I don't understand why, and it's really weird because my friend, another friend of mine, Donalda, can't comment either. I see it briefly up on my phone when that you commented there, but yeah, it's I don't understand why. It doesn't make any sense. But I can't re-look at the question or the comment on my cell phone, because that's where I'm filming my video from. Gary's at work, Bird. My bird keeps asking, where's Gary? She's stuck. Whoop, we got a boo-boo there. That's right, Gary's at work, Bird. My bird's being weird. No, Gary's at work. So sorry about that, Caroline, that you can't comment. I wish you could. I don't understand why. Like, we thought maybe that she was like blocked or something by chance. I've even gone in the block. I only have one person on YouTube blocked, and it was someone I don't know, but the person was leaving vulgar, rude, sexual comments. It was weird. So I blocked that person, and that's the only person in my block list. That's it, just that person. So I don't understand why you can't comment. And Donalda, she goes through stages where she can't comment. Like, she couldn't comment on my live last week. She couldn't comment on my live. And then there's times also, just so if anyone's watching and wonders why I never say like, or I haven't commented, or not commented, but answered back when you've put a comment. Um, there's a couple that when I go, and I don't know if this happens to other YouTubers or not, but there's a couple people that when I comment, or when I'll see their comments in my email, I'll click on it to go open it, and the comment isn't there. It's not available anymore. It's like it's been deleted all of a sudden. Now I don't know if it's YouTube doing that, or who's like, or if the person deletes their comment. But Donalda's was doing that a whole bunch of times. Every time I go look at Donalda's comment, or I'd go to click on Donalda's comment, it'd say comment has been removed, or like um, no longer exists, kind of thing. And I'm like, what the heck? Why? That doesn't make any sense. But because I know Donalda wouldn't put up a comment and then delete it right away. But yeah, I can't respond back. There's been a few that way that I can't respond back. So if you've entered, anybody, if you've entered my giveaway and I have not commented on your entry from your comment, if I have not commented back, go and comment again, because if you've entered my giveaway, I have written entered. I always comment entered to whoever enters the giveaway. But if you don't get the words entered, then I haven't received it. Jenny's Reborn World. Yep, same problem with your my channel. Okay, so you're getting problems with some of your subscribers not being able to comment. It's crazy. I mean, the only reason I know that Caroline can't was because she messaged me on Facebook and told me, like, what's going on? I can't comment on your YouTube channel. And I can comment on hers, but she can't comment on mine. And it's weird. And Donalda, it happens to randomly. Sometimes she can comment, other times she can't. It like makes no sense. Like absolutely no sense. So I don't know. It's weird. Gary's at work, bird. Gary's at work. I'm fine. How are you? My bird is babbling a lot today. She's in a mood. Yep. Silly bird. She just said Gary's a bird. Yeah, Gary's not a bird. Gary's an angel now. Yeah, Gary's an angel. Normally she just says Gary's at work. Gary's at work. But today she's babbling a lot about all kinds of stuff. She's in a mood today because I moved some things around in my nursery. I'm supposed to have, well, possibly, I've told you about Wolf in the Wild's YouTube channel. Well, he might need a place to rent or live, or whatever you want to call it. Both rent and live. Anyway, so he might come and stay with us. But I tried moving my nursery around to be able to fit a double bed in my nursery, like in the corner, so that I could have guests stay in this room. And, I'll just throw blankets over the babies if the babies creep them out. But the problem is I can't condense this room. It won't work. I've tried. And I'm not giving up, my space. Like, I'm not going to go and be in this cramped space. And I'm not getting rid of any of my furniture, other than I got rid of a dresser out of here. So I did get rid of something out of here, but all I got rid of was a dresser, and there's no way that a double bed's gonna take the space of a dresser. But I mean, it would free me up the width, but not the floor space, like the length on the wall, but not the floor space. Yeah, you hate having a bed in your nursery, Jenny. Well, I just wanted somewhere for my kids to sleep, and I have this gorgeous bed in my spare room. But if Dave comes to stay, then we'll be giving him the space downstairs, and John and I'll move into the bedroom upstairs. But then, where does my spare bedroom go? I lose one bedroom because I have to have a room for the grandkids because that's where Elena does, like, that's where she stays for her weekends visiting her dad. And so um I have to have a bed for her to. I'm going to lower this down just a little bit so you can, sorry about my hand. There we go. So you can see me because I need the table a little bit. There, now you can see what I'm doing, sort of. Not hammock. Nice one, Leslie. That's a good idea. Now that we are fully vaccinated, my in-laws want to come over. Ugh. LOL. Jenny, yeah. Um, yeah, I, well, my kids, it's mostly our adult children for when they visit. It's nice to have somewhere for them to sleep. And so I need somewhere to put my company. I mean, I don't I don't want to tell Dave we don't have the room, but at the same time, we don't really have the room. But I don't want to tell him that. I'm just putting a little bit of this color on the toenails of this kit. Just a little bit. But yeah, it's like, what do you do? I don't know. I mean, Dave is an awesome roommate. He's lived with John and I before, and Dave and I shared a townhouse before I met John, and it was, he's an awesome roommate. He's not a pig, he cleans up after himself. So it's like, I don't know, because Andrew moved back home again, our youngest boy moved back home. We have to have he has our spare bedroom that we would have used as a spare room. Well, actually, he has the room that we were using for the grandkids' room for the just for their beds to be. So I don't know. He's gone for a month. It's like we're renting a space to someone who's not even using it. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. All I know is I said to John today, I said, well, I'm sorry to tell you, but I can't condense. I can't do it. It's not going to happen. And I'm not losing my space. This is my space. This is my house. This mom. Hi, Tina. you know, I never thought a pull-out couch would be a good idea. That would be a really good idea. Pull-out couch I could do in here. And then I just have to move baby chairs and stuff when the couch is folded out. But that's not a bad idea. But yeah, it's just. I just told John. I said, nope. It's my. I want to be happy in my home, not crowded somewhere. So yeah. In some ways, I wish my basement wasn't um, damp, because if my basement wasn't a bit damp, I'd move my nursery down there because it would be perfect. There's a little kitchen that I could have my table set up for reborning at, and so then I have a sink right close by for washing the kits and everything like that. Right, I have my own bathroom, and then I have the whole big outer room to put all my beds and stuff for my reborn, for my YouTube videos, and that would be awesome. But it's damp down there. I mean, it's not damp, like it's not like soaking wet damp. It's just a little bit damp, and I don't want the dampness to affect the dolls in any way. So that's why I haven't decided or haven't done that and turned the downstairs space into my studio, and then turned this upper room here into my bedroom, because we had, when I first met John, we actually used this front living room as a bedroom because nobody used it. It was a wasted space. Thank you, Leslie, for sharing my video. I appreciate that. Hopefully that does help if I screw up and don't upload it properly. For some reason, last week's didn't upload properly. Weirdly enough, it didn't upload to YouTube, but they were saying on YouTube that they were having issues with it, with videos not uploading. But so as you can see, bring it in here where you can see I have been creasing. I haven't got the top of the foots done, and now I'm working around to the back. So now we're on the back heel here. And I don't use a lot of paint, a very, very light, even though it still comes up kind of fairly dark. I still try to use very little paint. So I know my bird, I know why she's upset right now. Because to be able to make my video, I have an Alexa out in the kitchen, and she listens to her. Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate that. She listens to the radio, and today I switch it from, so she doesn't get bored. I switch it from classic rock to country, sometimes Southern gospel, and then I go back to classic rock and stuff. Well, today, or the last few days, has been classic rock, and she really jams out to her classic rock. And I think she's feeling, or she's upset with me because I turned it down, because I can hear it in here, and I don't want the copyrights on my copyright infringements, because every song that comes on the radio. So she's doing without her music. Well, she can just barely hear it, but we can't hear it in here, and that's what's important. That way we don't get any trouble. But yeah, she likes her tunage, and when I turn it down, she really likes it loud. Like, not super loud, but she likes it kind of loud. She's a weirdo. Yeah, she's a weird bird. Yeah, she likes when Elena's here too, because she really likes listening to kids' music, like the Wiggles and stuff. Yeah. And usually we'll just put on, we'll just play it'll just play random songs from the Wiggles, and the bird seems to enjoy them. I think she misses Elena when she's not here, because then she doesn't get the Wiggles. I'm not listening to the Wiggles for my bird. I listen to it for. I have a dehumidifier, Leslie, in my basement, but it just doesn't seem to be enough. I don't know. Maybe get a second one, but I could try that. John wants to move us upstairs, because I mean, my body hurts more for climbing the stairs and stuff. I'm having more trouble with my legs, my knees, my hips. Everything just everything hurts. I do have a dehumidifier though, and I do run it. John's always like turning it off on me. Yeah, he's always turning it off. So he's like, it's always running. That's because it's damp down here. Never stops running because it's damp. That's why it never stops running. It's wasting hydro. No, it's not. It's cleaning up the basement, getting so the basement isn't damp. Yeah. Oh, here's something funny. You know how they that old saying they say you're never more than like a foot from a spider, and but you might not know it, but you're never like more than a foot from a spider. I was standing talking to John in the kitchen last night, and he's like, "Come here, come over here." So I walked towards him. He's like, "Turn around and look." He said, "That was coming down towards your head." And I look up, and there's a spider coming down, and it was like probably that far above my head when he told me to come over. And I walked away from it. Oh, I'm like, oh my gosh. He's like, yeah, that's why I calmly like told you, come here. I just didn't want it to land on your head, freak you out. And it would have freaked me out if it had landed on my head. But that old saying of you're never more than, um, a couple inches or whatever from a spider. Yeah, it's true. Normally my cat lets me know. She stares at spiders. That's how I know they're around. Yeah, I'm working on babies, Basil. Yeah, baby. Baby. Yeah. So, I have been reboarding for 3 years now. Yep, that's how long I've been reboarding, Jenny. It's 3 years. Can you believe it? Um, yeah, I started in 2000. Well, it'll be 3 years in September. I'll hit my 3 year anniversary. So, because I started, so I took my painting class September 2018, and yeah, so 2018 is when I took my painting class at McPherson's, and then I purchased all the stuff I needed to start reboarding at home, and then I went. There we go. Creasing is done on that foot. Oh, maybe I'll do a little bit there. I found a new wave oven on Kijiji that somebody had, and yeah, and I went from there. I actually had the oven before before I bought all the paints that I needed, like in bigger containers, because when I went home from my painting class, I actually the doll that I had reborn in class, um, I didn't I didn't feel like it was done. It didn't have enough on it. Um, so I wanted to add more color. Well, when they sent me home from my class, let's move these for a second. What they sent me home with this palette, and the different colors that we needed were in each of these little things. And as long as you wrap this with the paint in it in tin foil, it stays reasonably good. You just add a little bit of um, thinner to the thing to thin it out a little bit, and yeah, and you got it. You can use more paint. So because I felt like I didn't really do enough, I don't use that palette thing anymore. um, unless I'm gonna mix a color. Sometimes I'll mix a color on it, but not all the time. The oven I bought is a New Wave oven. NU Wave oven. Yeah, and it's like a dome oven. Um, that you just plug into the wall, into an outlet. But so I bought the New Wave oven so that I could continue to paint, or so I could add some more layers to the kit that I brought home from McPherson's, because you're kind of rushed. You're doing a doll in one day, and let me tell you, I don't do a doll now in one day at all. But it gave us the basics, and but then I watched videos on YouTube as well, and took tips from the YouTube videos that I've watched and from McPherson's, and I've kind of come up with my own way to do my reborns. And to answer your question, was it hard to get first started, Jenny? Yeah, it was kind of hard to start out. Um, your confidence is low, and so you're unsure. Like you have low confidence, and like I had bought a special kit that I wanted to reborn for myself, and I thought, well, I'll reborn some kits first before I make the kit for myself. And it just felt like I was always putting mine off for a while. And then I finally made her. And that was Holly. If you watched my YouTube channel before, that Holly is the Reiki kit. And I made her and I kept her for quite a long time. I sold her to my friend Donalda. I made her a Reiki. And then she wanted, when she said, if you ever decide to sell Holly, let me know. So when I decided to sell Holly, I private messaged her and told her I'm going to be selling Holly. So if you want her, you're more than welcome to her. But I'm just, otherwise she's going to be going up on the market for sale. And she's like, I want her, I want her. So yeah, Donalda bought her. So I was able to sell her right away. And I loved Holly. I might make another one eventually, but yeah, it was just, what she had. She was my dream kit that I loved and I wanted to make for myself. But I wanted to get a couple dolls done first to, for more practice before I went and did the baby I was going to keep. Hi, God's Little Miracles to Me, which is Leslie, right? Yeah, it's my Leslie. My other Leslie. Yeah, 1-day courses, and Leslie Halo says 1-day courses is a busy day, and you get a nice lunch. Yes, the food's amazing that they feed you at the class. Really good lunch, and great dessert too. But yeah, it's just too rushed to do it all in one day. But you can get the basics, like, because my stomach's growling. Shush up. We got the basics of what to do. They didn't have time to teach us how to root or anything, but we were given rooting needles, the rooting tool, and a package of the ruby red hair, McPherson cells, and we were given that, and we were basically at the end of our class, she quickly just gave us a demonstration of how to root eyelashes and stuff, so that when we got home we could root eyelashes on our dolls. She showed us with the eyelashes, and then she basically said, what you do with the eyelashes, you just do it all over the head. Basically, you just keep going. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, I had a really nice time. There's other ladies were there, and so we got to hang out and chat and stuff, and it was nice. I made some new friends in a sense, but haven't kept in contact with any of them, unfortunately. But yeah, it was a blast though. Like, we had a nice time. I got to know the ladies from McPherson's a lot better because you spent the day with them in a sense. So, and I really enjoyed it. It was definitely a wonderful experience, but not everybody can take a class. So I will tell you, you can follow along with other reborn artists that do tutorials. Now, I'm going to do a tutorial type video at some point, but a tutorial of my way of doing it. Like, not everybody does it the same, and I don't want everybody to think this is how you have to do it or whatever. If you live in Ontario, Canada, there's a town called St. Mary's, and that's where McPherson's craft store is, which is where I buy all my kits and all my paints and all my, well, not all of my reborning supplies, but 95% of my reborn supplies. Yeah, there's doll parts everywhere. Hung donkey. Yeah, lots of dolly parts because I make dolls. But McPherson's is in St. Mary's, and they hold the class upstairs. As far as I know, it's only once a year. And so they wait for people to sign up, and then once they've got enough people, then they close the sign up. It's usually in September of every year. But yeah, it's a fun class. It's a nice place. I know some people that took the class there, and then they just got a motel room and stayed in St. Mary's at a motel the day, like the night before the class kind of thing, made a weekend of it. St. Mary's is a beautiful little town, just absolutely architecturally, it's gorgeous. The buildings there are just absolutely beautiful. It's a beautiful little tiny town. Yeah, it really is. And so some people do that. Jenny's World says, yeah, that's where I bought my kit. Yeah. Hung donkey, is your husband buried under the basement? No, my husband is not buried under the basement. Thanks for asking. No. And I'm not crazy. I make dolls for a living. And if you knew how much I make making dolls in a year, you'd think that it was an awesome business venture, I guess you would say. Dang. She's gonna text her stepdad, my John. She's gonna text him and say, "Where's Mom?" And he'll be like, "She's doing a live. Leave her alone." Yeah. If she can't get a hold of me, she'll text him and say, "What's going on? Where's Mom? Why isn't she answering her phone?" But yeah. But so reborning is good. I'm not giving you a ballpark of how much I made last year. And this is just a hobby. I do this for fun. I don't do it to, to pay my mortgage or my hydro or anything like that. I do this for fun and enjoyment because it's an artistic outlet. Yes. It is art. Tilly Bowman, hi. How are you today? Hi, sweetheart. I just got back from physical therapy on my knees, saying that you were on. Wanted to say hi. Well, that sounds like not fun going for physiotherapy, Tilly. I don't think I would enjoy that. I'm supposed to be at physio, but they canceled my physio last year in March, and I have not heard back from them since then. So I'm supposed to have physio on my shoulders, my hips, and my knees. Yeah. But unfortunately, they canceled it all. I'm not 100K. No, not even close. But to have a hobby something you enjoy to do for relaxation, because that's what I do this for, is for relaxation. But to have a hobby where I can make a few $1,000s a year, then I'm happy. When there was doll shows, I could make better money because I could take the dolls to a doll show and sell them. But right now, because of our recent world situation, our doll shows have been canceled. So I've been just selling online, which slows my sales down quite a bit. Doll shows I do twice a year. I usually do a doll show in October, and I do a doll show in April every year. And I do more doll shows if I could get in, get to ones in the U.S. But I don't drive myself, so I have to count on my hubby to drive me there. And when you go to a doll show in the U.S., it's like a whole weekend venture, or more than a weekend, depending. Sometimes it's a 4-day adventure. So doll shows really do help a lot with my sales. This, like I said, the last 2 years I've had to depend on just selling online. And the problem is with online sales is a lot of people no, I don't do my creases exactly first. And yeah, I go straight from the jar, but I only use a tiny bit of it. And this is a pre-mixed paint. And I don't use any thinners in this on my creases. I use thinner on everything else though. Only on my veins, I go straight from the jar with my veins, and I go straight from the jar with my creases, and that's it. The rest I mix. I have all my other layers I mix together to do them. But yeah, with my creases, and I also go very, very light with my creases. I don't put a lot into the, like, on my brush. So yeah, and that's why I go straight from the jar with my creases. But most people don't. Like I said, I used to mix and a couple different colors to make my creases mix, and then I'd use thinner to make that up. But this one's pre-mixed, and I just like it. But like I said, I use very little, and I very sparingly. I don't put a lot. Like literally, if I was to do this, you'd see like barely even a line. Like it doesn't come out very heavy at all. So, but yeah. But like I said, I'm not. Uh, I'm not going to brag and say my way's better or anything. Everybody does it a different way. And I just, with my creases, I like it right out of the jar. But I don't use a lot on my brush at all. Very, 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 very thin. But all my other layers I go are done with more where I have thinner and stuff in the mixture. So, but I find that this one I don't really need to, as long as I go on nice and thin. If I go thick, then yeah, then I'm in trouble. But I find I don't waste as much either. I've been reborning now for it'll be 3 years this September, and I've only used this whole container now in 3 years. So, there are hung donkey, just to answer your question about zombie ones. There are artists that do zombie babies. There's werewolf kits, there's alien baby kits. Trying to think of what else we have for alternative type reborns. We have Grinch baby kits that are like Grinches. Some people make Grinches by taking a normal baby and putting a molding a nose that they put on the face. So vampires, yep, thank you, Carrie Sue, to you. Vampires. What else do we have? There's a turtle kit, a little baby turtle kit. There's monkey kits. You can get little monkeys. Some of them are chimpanzees, some of them are orangutan babies. Piglets, they also have piglets, baby piglets that you can buy and paint. Trying to think. All right, so I'm gonna go back here for a minute. All right, each doll, it depends. Price as well for hung donkey. the prices of them depends on the price of the kit. Some kits you can get at a cheaper price, they're on sale, and I'll put the sale price in reflection into my price so that I can charge less. So yeah, so anyway, the each kit costs a different price, so it depends. Like I can't even quite quote it exactly. It depends on the price that I pay for the kit. That's how I reflect in my price of how much they cost. They usually range around 300 and up, basically, is how much they kind of arrange at approximately. All right. How much? Okay, I've Tilly said I got operated on 2 weeks ago, so they're making me go. Ah, yeah, you need to go after you have surgery. Carrie Sue said that always mix thinner, going straight from the jar. I do my creases after a few layers of mottling. I've got some layers of mottling, very light, thin mottling on this kit so far. Leslie Halo asked how Tilly is feeling, and Tilly said she's doing better. Okay, so Hung Donkey says, I'm going to say everyone at those doll shows is covered in cat hair. Oh, I see, because we're crazy cat ladies. You're funny. No. You'll be amazed, actually, at the different types of ladies that are in this hobby, believe it or not. Um, there's some pretty wealthy women in this hobby, and they're just collectors. And I'm not kidding. I mean, women that come to doll shows and they buy dolls that are worth thousands of dollars, and which I have one little baby that is worth thousands of dollars. Um, and yeah, these women will drop $5,000-6,000 on a doll without blinking an eyeball because they're wearing like expensive clothes, carrying expensive purses and stuff like that. These are the kind of people, some of the people that collect these dolls, and you'd be amazed at the kind of like the women that collect these dolls. It's a wide range of people. It's not just the crazy kind of cat lady type person. No, sometimes it's somebody that you wouldn't even know that collected them. They keep it on the down low and keep it secret because they have a love for dolls. But it's the same as going to, if you go to someone's house and they collect porcelain dolls, it's the same idea. You don't have to play with these dolls. You can just leave them on display and have them as display dolls. And that's what a lot of women do, is they buy them for just pure display. But let me tell you, it's an expensive hobby. Very expensive hobby. But it's also good for people that have anxiety, and it's great for dementia. Tina Bailey said, I have to get my dolls some new clothes. Yeah, I have enough clothes for mine. I haven't been shopping other than for the ones I make to sell. That's the only babies I shop for anymore. Carrie Sue said, yes, exactly. No waste. Vampires, yep. Go away, daughter. Who knew this stuff existed? Exactly, Hung Donkey. That's the crazy part, is like I didn't even know that these dolls existed at first. These dolls also get used in television and in movies, and things like that, because real babies um, can only be on camera for so long before they have to like for child labor laws. They can only be on camera for so long. So if you've got to need a baby and you just want it in the kind of in the background, say just sleeping, for instance, then you take one of these dolls and you dress it and you put it into the cradle or the bassinet or the crib that there is in the background of the television show, and you have a doll of the doll do the baby part for parts of it, and it works really, like, really well. I know one artist, she actually had someone approach her. They didn't want to buy the doll because it was a small movie or something of that sort. Anyway, they didn't want to buy the doll. They just wanted to rent it. So they asked her how much she would charge them to rent the doll for the movie. And some people buy these dolls also for like companies that are like people that do online sales that make and sell baby clothes. They'll buy one of these reborns to put the clothes on to for modeling, like a model for their outfits. So yeah, like they're used for many different things, not just for, you know, cuddling and holding and stuff, and but yeah, they're used quite a lot of different things. There's different TV shows and movies that have had reborn dolls in them rather than a real child, because babies are harder to, and they cry, you know, they might cry during a movie, and it takes more than one take kind of thing. Okay, Rebecca Megan, love watching you paint. Would you consider doing a video on how to insert eyes? Oh my goodness. um Maybe. I tell you, putting in eyes is a freaking workout. And I have to admit, sometimes some really colorful language comes out of my mouth while I'm putting eyes into a kit. I'll be honest. Um, I almost, almost when I made Holly, I'll never forget. She was the first one I ever put eyes in. When I made that kit, when I made her, oh my goodness, I almost threw it across the room. I was like so angry at that kit. Like I got so upset because it was like so frustrating. It was like my fingers weren't long enough and it just didn't want to work, and I was getting angry, ready to throw it across the room. Seriously. So yeah. I it is sometimes a bit of a workout. I broke a sweat the one day trying to put the eyes in. It was kind of funny. Yeah, I've called John in to do it before too, like because my fingers, I was doing a bigger kit, and a bit bigger of a kit, like not huge, but it has a bit bigger of a head, and my fingers weren't long enough to get in there and put the eyes in. So I had to call John in to use his long fingers. But then he found it difficult to do because he couldn't, he had long fingers and everything, but he had a hard time. His fingers were chubbier getting them into the neck hole. So yeah, my fingers are smaller for going in there, but yeah. All right, let's got that done. Creases are done, yay, on that kit. They're all done on these kits over here too. Okay. Dan L, I just got me a mountain bike for free and I've been riding it all the way around town. It makes me really happy. That's wonderful. I have a bike too, but I haven't been riding it. I really should, but I haven't been riding it. But that's awesome, Dan. I'm happy for you. And then Leslie Halo, do you prefer to have reborns that are an open stock or limited stock, i.e. only 50 produced? In my personal collection, I've been trying to get more into babies that are limited edition kits in my own personal collection of babies. But in selling, I don't either. I'll buy either, like this one that I just was working on, Twin A. It is an open kit. I don't think, let me just check. Where did I put those? Oh, I put them down here. I don't think, let's see, out of these two over here, well, that's Twin A's bag, of course. The first certificate. Yeah, both of these two don't even have, they're open editions, I guess. Because the back one is Georgia by Tina Huey, and the front one is Estelle by Linda Schuer. So, yeah, Estelle by Linda Schuer. But I don't, they're open edition kits, or I'd have COAs. Now, the Twin A comes with the COA, but she's not a limited edition kit. She's an open edition kit. So I don't mind painting either. I'll paint either the open or the limited edition. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter. All right. So I am finished with creases. So I put my creases brush back. Okay. Now I just have to put veins on the head and the limbs, because I do my creases and my veins at the same time. Then I bake, because I find
Does this bass hit different, or is it just me?
I can't seem to make
It definitely hits different.
Chicken wing, hot dog and bologna, chicken and macaroni, chilling with my homies. Chicken wing, hot dog and bologna, chicken and macaroni.
Please stop calling me.
Hello?
I need my children to stop calling me for a little while. Because I'm on a video chat. They're not used to me video chatting. I haven't told them that I do it every Tuesday now, so I hope that song wasn't playing too loudly. Leslie, it would be cool to go to a factory where they make the kits. Yeah, McPherson's, actually, you can do a tour of their warehouse if you ask. I've been on a tour in the warehouse. They actually took us to the warehouse when we finished our class. We could go and see the warehouse where all the kits are kept and stuff like that. And I've been in the warehouse a couple times now. I never made a video in the warehouse, but I have made a video in the store. So, yeah. But I probably should get off of here soon and go and make John his dinner and call my children back, because everybody's trying to call me. And then I will be back again next Tuesday. I will try again at 4 o'clock next Tuesday and do it again next Tuesday. Oh, and I was saying earlier, and I got off topic, I am going to be doing kind of a tutorial type video series. Right now I have a giveaway going on this YouTube channel. If you scroll back in my videos, you can enter if you have not entered yet. It has the word giveaway in the title, so just look at the titles until you find the proper video. It's probably a few months ago because it's taken a while. I'm trying to hit 1,500 subscribers. We have gotten to 1,335. So we're getting there. We only need like 155 subscribers to go, and we can draw for the cuddle baby that I have on the draw, or on the giveaway. But the next giveaway I want to do will be when I hit for 2,000 subscribers. And what I want to do for that is I have another kit that I'm going to reborn, and each video will be a different step in the process of reborning it. So you'll watch the doll be reborn from beginning right to end, and then we'll draw for it afterwards, after we're done. So yeah, it'll be a fun series to do. Very fun series. Them people. Do you know Lila? I don't think I know Lila. I don't think so. Sorry about that. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed our live video. And hit that like if you like this video. Hit that dislike, which I see someone already has, which is cool too. I don't mind. But most of all, everyone, please stay safe and smile and share a smile with a friend. Bye-bye, everyone.